Hey, what's happening, gamers? It's Amber here with Kwingsletsplays. Hope everyone's day is going great today. Today we're going to be doing some Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I'm playing on the PS5. Don't forget to like the video if you like Disney Dreamlight Valley or you like cozy games in general. It really helps the channel out a lot, and consider subscribing or becoming a member as it helps tremendously. Thank you all of our channel members, Twitch members, YouTube members, Patreon members, and subscribers. You guys really help the channel to keep it on the air. Thank you so much. And it just occurred to me that I actually didn't share the video, so I'm going to do that while this is kind of loading up here. So, great to see you guys and gals. So I'm just sharing on Twitter real quick. So great to see you guys in the chat. Hi Geo the Hero. Hi Sammy Bear King. Hi it looks like I see Sharon in here, and good to see everybody. I think I saw Leader Gator earlier. Alright, so I'm just adding the I'm just sharing over here on Twitter, and I hope you guys like the thumbnail. I put hopefully you guys can see the thumbnail there. I put little Stitch with his ukulele, because some of you guys were talking about how he plays his ukulele like Elvis, and I thought, well, that would be cute to put on the thumbnail. Alright, here I am. Elvis Stitch, that's right. Yep, definitely Leader Gator. Hi, Princess Emmy. Hi, Jacob Langlet. Happy Lunar New Year, Jacob. I'm about to play some Mario Party with Tomster, aka Tom. Awesome, Geo the Hero. Alright, hope you and Tomster have fun. Hi, Juan the Ortega. Hello, Sammy. Hi, Soulstorm. Hello, everyone coming in. Hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Juan. How's it going? So, I got like so much, I have a pile of blankets behind me, and I had that for last night doing a JCat stream. So, alright, so we're gonna, let's see what kind of new stuff we've got over in Scrooge McDuck's house, or his, actual, like, actually, not his house, but the shop. Hi, Super Seuss Disney fan. Hi, Tom, Kieran. Hello, everyone. So this is kind of neat. A blue wool coat. I think that would look nice on Luke's character.
Hey. Goodbye now.
I don't think this would look good on him. That looks kind of like for a girl, so I don't think I'm gonna get that. I think these are like, I think these are women's shoes. It's hard to tell though. Well, we can try them. Let's just get those. We've got a backpack we can put on. Alright, Scrooge is happy because I'm blowing all Luke's money on this.
Hello. I hope Max. Thank you.
This says it is
Huh?
These are glasses. That looks like girl glasses, so I don't really think I would buy that.
Bye-bye.
And this looks like some kind of outfit for, looks like a Western outfit.
Huh?
So I think Luke would probably wear that. Here's an area we can put books in. And we've got some more wallpaper on the wall. So that looks pretty cool.
This would be the perfect day to be in.
Oh, we actually have a corner, so that's like a corner cabinet, which looks really neat.
Goodbye now.
Picture of Vanellope. Oh, look at this. We can have silverware. That's kind of neat. And just a basic bench. That kind of looks like you would put that in front of a musical instrument.
Thank you kindly.
And a nice little plant.
Hello.
That looks really nice. So eventually I would like to do some streams where I just decorate different areas. That looks okay. I don't know if we would actually use that, but... And here is a literal store, 3-panel windows. Alright, so that's gonna look cool. Oh, look at this beautiful stained glass window. Wow, that looks really nice. I really hope you can order some of these things again if you want more than one of them.
Good to see you.
Oh, the Vanellope thing is cute, but kind of too weird for me. And this looks like it's a really cute princess dress. But Luke's character is going to save a lot of money because I'm not getting a lot of the dresses. Are those theme park mouse ears? Says, oh, I missed those. Grandma Glasses says pack of wild geofonts. Hi,
Those night thorns are the worst, am I right?
hi, Slash 'em down. Hi, hello, Jacob. Oh, okay. You're decorating your house? Awesome, Later Gator. Hi, Super Disney fan. Hi, Juan. Hi, Geo. Says, I'm a Gemini. Awesome, Geo. And you are a Pisces, Tom. Very cool. Hi, William. How's it going? Great to see you. Hi, Later Gator and Sammy and everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Alright, guys and gals. So,
I can tell. We're gonna be
Alright, so the first thing is we're gonna go find Stitch. Oh, actually, I don't have anything to feed this character. So I can't feed him a flower. I'm just trying to pick this up. I'm just trying to pick this flower up. There we go. So we need a lot of blue flowers for Buzz Lightyear's quest that we still haven't finished. So I have a lot of these blue flowers. I'm just going to put some of my extra flowers here. I kind of feel like when they're in the ground, more of them don't come up. So like, I feel like I have to make a box to put them in so that more flowers will appear later. Oh, and we got a special thing here. Okay, awesome. Alright, so let's go find Stitch. We're gonna try to do some more fun organizing the town with him and some other things. So we're also gonna try to keep upgrading Stitch so he can keep so it looks like Stitch is in his house back here. You're redecorating your house? Awesome, Later Gator. Very cool. So today, I just got the newsletter done, so that's why I was a little bit later. I also had to, today I went to the store and Luca had requested, he puts in requests for me when I go to the store because he can't really go out very much because of his leg. So he requested that I get, some more. I had gotten some at the beginning of February. February 1st in the grocery store, they had some like cookies, like Valentine's Day cookies at the grocery store that were like heart-shaped and really yummy. So Luke asked me if I could get some more of those, so I did. I fulfilled the request.
It's almost like you stepped inside Bonnie's magic.
There we go. So we've got some of that. Alright, so we are gonna go find Stitch. I think he's somewhere around here. And maybe we can even organize the beach area a little bit. We're gonna just try to reorganize the town in general. I might start where I left off last time, where we were at the African Plains with Simba's area that he's in. So I don't know. This looks kind of like a scene from. If I'm gonna take a wild guess, I'm gonna guess we're on the. That kind of looks like Wendy from Peter Pan. It might be Peter Pan. I'm not sure. I like to either make my own cookies or get cookies from a local bakery. Awesome, Miss Deanna. Yeah, Luke really likes, yeah. One thing I have done, Deanna and anyone else in the chat, I started doing, because I don't have a lot of time always to make cookies, so I get that, roll of, basically I got some sprinkles, and I got some sugar cookies, and I got, like, a roll of, basically I get the roll of frozen cookie dough. And then I only make like 6 cookies because I don't want to make too many at a time so we won't get sick from eating too many cookies all at once. And then I basically make, you know, cut a few slices off of like the sugar cookies and cut a few slices off of the roll of chocolate chip cookie dough. And get some tin foil, or if I have baking paper, I can do that. And then I basically just, if I'm making, like, say I'm making frozen fish from the package, I just make some frozen fish, and right next to the fish I put a few cookies. And if on the sugar ones, I put a few sprinkles on them. And then I'm able to make them really fast without having to go through all the work of making a cookie dough from scratch. But it tastes a lot better from scratch, and it's probably a lot healthier from scratch if you get it from a bakery, like Miss Deanna was saying, or if you get it or you make it yourself. It's probably made with healthier ingredients and overall tastes, you know, better getting it, either making it yourself or getting it from a nice bakery. But yeah, I just get the just got some store-bought grocery store ones, and yeah, hopefully hopefully Luke will like that. And today I went and I got, I didn't realize, but Luke ate all the salad that I made, so I got more salad ingredients. And, some, let's see, what did I get? Some, I got some salad ingredients, and then I got some, what else did I get? Oh my goodness, I cannot remember what else I got. Oh yeah, I got some trail mix, because when Luke is working late at night, he really likes to have trail mix in case he basically, you know, it's really good. Both of us like that. It's a good thing to have late at night when you're working hard and you don't have time to cook a lot for yourself. Trail mix is a great way to, you know, keep yourself going, because Luke doesn't really drink coffee or anything like that, which is a good thing. So I got him some store-bought donuts, some cookies, and some trail mix. Not all those things are the healthiest, but at least it makes him happy. And I got salad ingredients, so hopefully that will be healthy. So, alright, so, Oh, I'm kind of putting... Yeah, so I put all the flowers over here. So we've got, I don't know, I'll probably collect some more. I kind of like all my flowers to be one spot, even though it kind of doesn't look good like that, but... that's alright. I can always rearrange them later. Then if I need the flowers for like a craft or something, I can do that. So I feel like this, there's a lot going on here. We can also, maybe we can put Stitch's house by the ocean a little bit more. So let's go talk to, let's see if he's still in his house, actually. Yep. Okay, Stitch is still in his house. Why isn't he? Okay, there we go. Stitch, where are you? Well, I guess he's not in his house. What years are Year of the Dragon, Frodby, aka Derek? Well, if you were born in 2000, let's see, if you were born in 1976, 1988, 2000, 2012, 2024, or 2036, you're a Year of the Dragon. Of course, it also depends, like, our year doesn't start at the same time that the lunar year starts. Okay, awesome. Oh, awesome. Deanna's got it right there in the chat. Awesome. You're wearing a Stitch hat? And sweatshirt in the game. Oh, cool, Later Gator. Very cool. I'm wearing Stitch PJ pants. Oh, in real life, Princess Emmy, you have Stitch PJ pants? That's really cute. Oh, we are in the Year of the Dragon? Oh my goodness. Let's see what it's supposed to be. What? Okay. Alright, people born in the Year of the Dragon are known for their natural courage, tenacity, intelligence. They can exude enthusiasm and confidence. They fearlessly embrace challenges and are willing to take risks. It says that Year of the Dragon should be is forecasted to bring opportunities and challenges. Seeking shifts in your life. The dragon is unparalleled in talents and excellence. Extraordinary qualities. Dragon is known to have confidence, intelligence, ambition. They are unafraid to take on challenges and inspire others to reach their goals. So I guess the dragons are known to be fearless, intelligent, and brave, basically. You're the Year of the Rat, Tom? I am too. I am also the Year of the Rat. Well, alright. I think one of my brothers is Year of the Dragon. Alright. Alright, so we got... Did we already talk to Stitch? Where is he? He left. Okay, so we have to go find him. I wonder if Remy in this game is born in Year of the Rat. Since he is a little rat. He is a little mouse. Okay. Well, I missed Stitch. He was right here. I kind of got myself distracted. Well, there's Remy. I don't need Remy. I need Stitch. Yeah, he was right here. Well, Stitch's house is very organized. You were born around 2001. I would be the year of the snake. Awesome, JS. I honestly don't know where Stitch went. There he is. He's over here. He says he's at home. It says he's at home. Is he sleeping? Is he sleeping? Is Stitch sleeping? Oh my gosh, I hope not. Are you kidding me? There he is!
Hi, my name's Stitch.
Stitch, I was just thinking. You have had a lot of cool powers.
Yeah, Stitch is strong, fireproof, can look like doggy, see in dark.
What's it like to have powers? Being so tough.
God, I can protect my family. Very important.
Very cute.
Akata.
Alright, let's hang out, Stitch.
Okay, Stitch will play now.
Alright, so we're gonna go hang out with Stitch. Honestly, it's very peaceful inside Stitch's house. And he's got cute Hawaiian music playing and stuff. Looks really nice. I wouldn't be able to go in the house if he was sleeping? Okay, good to know. Pack of wild geophants. I don't know if any dogs are blue. That's true, Deanna. Yeah, I haven't seen any blue dogs myself. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, we've got coconuts here. Okay, I thought everything was just bananas. Nope, we've got a lot of coconuts. Well, I really need some iron ingots to make some certain things that I still need. So today we are, so I'm just once in a while when I come across the stuff to, like, you know, stuff to pickaxe, I will do that because that, hopefully, eventually I will get some iron from that. Well, I guess we're on the beach area today. Maybe we can try to organize the beach a little bit. We'll try to organize everything, though. So, hello, little turtle. Alright, I found another flower here. Alright, so I think it would be a good idea to, I feel like this is kind of a task maybe I shouldn't have just said I was going to try to do. But, you know, we can try to organize a little bit here on the beach. We've got a few crops. I think we could definitely grow some more. Every time I'm organizing on different areas, I kind of delete some things first because there's a lot of, like, this game takes a lot of memory. So, we're going to try to delete a few extra things before I... I can always come back and get one of those. Alright, so I have a lot of these trees. Alright, so we actually have a cool stone path here that I didn't realize we had. So we might be able to make some of this. Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of some of these bushes here. Alright, so this kind of looks a little bit barren, but... try to make it a little better by putting some of these flowers, decorating them. I don't know. So that pink one, we'll kind of like make it look. Oops. Alright, that gives us a lot more room here. Alright, I think that doesn't look too bad. We just have a lot of trees here, so I don't want to keep all of them. And then the more that I kind of get rid of a few items, then hopefully it will be a little bit easier to grow more crops and some other things like that. Let's see. I also that kind of annoyed me because I like it a little better if it's that kind of looks better. I kind of like that. Looks like I really can't get rid of this island here. And we could put it over there. Alright, so I got rid of a lot of this stuff. We could even put Stitch's house right here on the beach. That would look kind of cute. There, now we can make some pathways through this area, and, we can make a lot more crops if we do something like that. Maybe we can even move Donald's house over here, so Donald can hang out with Stitch a little bit better. And then we have this whole area. This is a lot going on. I feel like that's a little too much, so I'm just deleting that for now. I feel like this bush would look a little better in this area. So I'm gonna put this over here. Oops. Yeah, you can actually move stuff from one area to the other. There's our little lifeguard area, and just gonna bring my there. So a lot of our banana trees and stuff are over there. Alright, we've got our flowers that we collected over there. I guess we should have this princess, or not princess, Prince Eric statue. I'm gonna put it like right here in front of his house. So I think that would look cool. All right, then. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm just getting rid of some of this extra stuff so that I can add in stuff that I think looks a little bit cooler, like a little beach area. That kind of looks cute. Alright, sorry it's taking so long, guys and gals. Alright, so we'll put these over here, I guess. Alright, so I've got a nice beach that I can kind of design a lot more over here. We can also kind of fix the road a little bit. Well, I might have to be over there to actually fix the road. Well, I guess not. It doesn't look too bad, but... There we go. I'm gonna have to actually go over there to fix it, because... So now the beach looks a lot different. We've got Stitch's house over here. And you can kind of see, there's Donald. We've got, this area over here. We might as well upgrade this. I don't know if we can upgrade it.
Good day to you.
Oh, improving Moana's boat would help with her catch rarer fish. You won't come across a finer investment. 60,000 gold. There you go, Scrooge. I'll be paying that off for the rest of my life. Alright.
Perfect day for a...
Is it the statue that got destroyed by King Titan? It's possible, JS. That's a nice speech. Thank you, Leader Gator. I appreciate that. Thank you. So we upgraded. Now we see Moana's house. And you've got all the crops over here. So we can do a lot more crops now. And of course you've got her... Let's actually move her away from here. I don't really like her house here. Let's move it. There. Now you can't really see Ursula's house as much. This is a lot more peaceful now. I don't really... Actually, this is still too close. I want to move Ursula far away because she's super evil. Whoops. Whoops, 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 whoops. There we go. She's way over there. Now this is a much more peaceful area without her here.
Like Gusto said, anyone can cook. Of course, it helps if I'm your teacher.
Oh, thank you, Shadow Trooper. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for the 50 likes. Really appreciate that, everyone. Thank you. Let's talk to Simba and see what he has to say. Hey there, K-Wing. What's on your mind, Simba? I love getting up early and watching the sunshine. It's very beautiful. Yeah, and it's different every morning. Different colors, different lights. It makes everything feel new. Definitely, Simba.
Thanks.
Hot day. Think I'll spend some time in the shade. Sounds like a good idea, Simba. And here's Donald.
Hi! You made it, Quack!
How are you doing today, Donald?
Say, K-Wing, I see you going around with your camera and taking pictures of yourself. What do you call those things?
Oh, you mean selfies?
That's it, Quack! Wow, just so you know, I'm a real photogenic.
If you want pictures of yourself, why don't you take some selfies of your own?
I don't think I'd be very good at that.
Come on, it's really easy, Donald. You just have to strike a good pose.
Wow, what do you mean, like this?
That's great.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm a natural.
Alright, we're gonna have to take a picture of Donald at this point because, it's just needed. Okay, Stitch and Donald, let's get in the picture. Donald? That's cute. Kawaii. Sorry, Stitch, we didn't get you in the picture. Alright, let's talk to Stitch again and see what he has to say.
Kubaja!
I have something to give you. I don't know. We'll give him a piece of... I don't know. I'll give him a... banana. Is good.
Is good, thank you, Kubaja!
Sorry, I can't talk right now, Stitch. So we're gonna try to get Stitch's level up to... I think this is looking a little nicer, this beach. Because you've got all the houses here, and then I think the castle should be a little bit further back. Even though I think this looks like it would be... Honestly, this looks like it would be on the side of a cliff. The way this castle's made. So, here's Eric and... Oh, wow. Okay, so here's the... Oh, I actually pointed his castle... His statue the wrong way. There we go. It's a little awkward having a statue of himself right in front of his castle, but he's a prince, so it's fine. So there's his map. I really think that Prince Eric is supposed to either be Spanish or Portuguese, because both of them were known for sailing a lot, so it seems like that's what he is. Oh wow, so he's got world maps everywhere where he is. And a beautiful piano and a fish, or not fish, ship in the bottle. So he's really into navigating and sailing. Hi, Stitch.
My name is Stitch.
I have something to give you. I don't know, I'll give him a clam. There we go. Alright, he liked that.
It's good, thank you. My name is Stitch.
Alright, thanks, Stitch. Good job, Donald, says Later Gator. Yeah, he did a good pose, definitely. He likes sailing. Yep, definitely Later Gator. So I feel like this is giving us a little bit more room. Like, now we can, if we want to. So, one thing I would like to do is craft some more of this type of road. And then we can basically make this a little nicer here. There we go. So I'm putting the flag there, and... Alright, so we got two different flags. I don't really know what these flags are supposed to show. So, also, I feel like some of these reeds are kind of nice, but to me, I don't really need them because we're not in a marshland, so... That's okay, I don't really need that. Alright, so we are going to try to figure out how to make this road. So hopefully Stitch will come with me, and man, these stairs look nice. Like, this is like royal stairs or something down there. So we might as well just go to Goofy's crafting station since he's closer. Fencing and paving. So the road kind of looked like, I think it's the natural brick road. I think that's what we were seeing on the beach. It might be kind of cool to make some tiki torches also, but I don't know if I have the ingredients for that, but we can try. Let's see if there's anything that would look nice on the beach. Covered canyon. Alright, so we don't actually have the ability to make any of these, probably because we need iron ingots to make them. Okay, and what is that? We need iron ingots. So everything that's really important, you basically need iron ingots. I need 10. I need one more blue falling Pentassimon for this, and 7 more of those. And I have 20 blue star lilies. Okay, that's good to know. Alright, so I really need iron ink. It's a lot. Alright. Let's make 2 small blue chests, and we'll make also we'll make 1 red chest, I think. Oh, we'll make 2 of them. Oh, we can just make 1, it says. Oh no, we don't have enough. Oh no, I shouldn't have made those. Now I kind of use my stuff. Alright, here we go. So we have 1 small red chest. That was my idea. Your idea, Christian? Hi, Shadow Trooper. Hi, Christian. Hi, Super Disney Seuss fan. Alright, guys and gals. So we made a couple, chests. And, oh, and we made some more paths. So let's actually try to, edit the path that we have here. So the path wasn't too difficult to make. We're just going to, okay. We're going to go into where it's set. We're going to press triangle, then go into where it says furniture. Now get out of the furniture mode. So when you're erasing a path, you just press square instead of, triangle after it. It's hard to make this area look good with the path because, it doesn't quite go like this way, but we're gonna try our best. We've also got these tiki torches. That's going right where we need to go. Alright, so let's actually try to extend this path. I think okay, I see. So I made this path kind of like wide. Sorry, I'm just concentrating. Alright, so there we go. Now we can try to make it a little bit... We can extend it up here and... Oops. Okay, I think that's looking a little bit better here. We can also add some nice things. Let's add some furniture. Now since we made our path, let's see. I just like to get stuff out of the way and then I can always add things in later to it, kind of. So let's see if we can add some. I'm gonna add some regular, we can add some trees here and... Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. So that's looking a lot straighter, like this path just goes all the way from one end to the other. That's looking really nice. So now we can actually extend this.
We're gonna be very good friends.
Okay. Oh, I didn't get it all. Darn it. Right, so this is kind of in the way of where the path would be. So we're just going to, Hey, Geofont. Would you rather go... if you went sailing and you saw a mermaid, what would your reaction be? I think I would try to get a picture of it, or yeah, I don't know. I am very fascinated by
brave doesn't
mermaids.
mean
They are
looking for
fascinating.
At least that's what my father said.
I am kind of different than most people in that I kind of do believe that mermaids, like, possibly are real. Because, just like I kind of think that griffins and stuff are real. So I'm not kind of a weird person to ask about this. I think that mermaids are kind of evil. I think they try to drag people to their death. So I would be very curious, but I would also be, you know, try to make sure I didn't get killed. Also because, I believe that mermaids are pretty evil. I think they're, like, evil creatures. You know, but the story of the Little Mermaid, like the original story, like I believe her sisters wanted to drag Eric to his death. So the Little Mermaid was like an exception because she wasn't evil like the rest of her sisters were. So, I would definitely try to get the, I believe that mermaids actually do sing. I think they do actually have, like, a song. Kind of like if you've ever heard your cat, like sing. You know, like where it lets out, like, a sound. Or sometimes when you hear dogs, singing to, like, the piano and stuff. I do believe that mermaids have I don't think they sound like a dog, but I think they sound like somewhere between a human being and, like, a dolphin or something. So I think you can definitely hear, like, a song from a mermaid if you would find one. I would want to record the mermaid song, and I think that mermaids also, there are mermaids drawn in, like, every section of the world, and mermaids usually look like the human women from whatever country is nearest to them. So if you would find, like, if you were in, like, African waters, they would look like very beautiful African women. And if you were in, like if this Princess Eric is Portuguese, then she would probably look more Portuguese, looking. So, I believe that, some mermaids, like in Irish legend, look more like green skin. Some of them, I think, may have, like, green or blue skin, but some of them may actually have, like, human-looking skin that actually... I think there are many different types of mermaids. So, I would definitely want to get, like, a photo and record the mermaid singing. But I would be very... I would not... the more that you would actually try to find the mermaid and seek it out, the more it would, like, have this, like, kind of supernatural power over you. I think that mermaids have, like, supernatural abilities. That's what I believe. So I think, you know, you would not want to continue to try to find one for a long time because it might mess with you. Like, people have had stories where they believe they saw a mermaid and then they had horrific nightmares after that. So I would say you would not want to continue to try to look for a mermaid because they might be able to give you nightmares or hurt you in some way. So, but that's my personal belief. You know, most people probably don't believe mermaids exist, but I do. I actually do believe they exist. I think a lot of things in that people, you know, don't believe exist. I think that, you know, like Shakespeare says, there are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your religion, or your philosophy. So I think that mermaids are real, because people have talked about them for a long time. There's many, many, many stories of mermaids. In, like, every culture has its own stories of mermaids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm actually gonna get rid of this row to make that even. Yep, they can attract men, but I think they can also mess with women as well. Like, I don't think that women would be attracted to mermaids, but I think that women could get nightmares. I think they're like demonic. So, they're like evil creatures. Like, so like I believe that they can hurt women as well, but I don't think women are very tempted by mermaids since they are, not, they look like women. So mostly it would be like men that are like missing basically men sailors that are missing women at sea. But there are many stories in the world about half human, half animal creatures, and I do believe that some of those may be real, but that's just my personal belief. Like look at like an Egyptian paintings of Anubis where he had the head of a jackal and the body of a human being. There's a lot of stories from a lot of cultures of people that are half animal, half human, and I think I think there are a lot of things that people are not explained in the world. But I would definitely want to get a photograph, but if the photograph started giving me nightmares, then I would have to delete it, because I think there's like something very evil about mermaids. So I wouldn't want to keep the photograph around if it was giving me nightmares. So I've heard a lot of stories about people that believe they've seen a mermaid and then they get horrific nightmares and they see the mermaid like in their sleep, and it like keeps them up and they can't, like, it's like causing them pain, it's scary. I do believe that mermaids, sirens or whatever, I do believe that many, like in different stories and stuff, they would actually like they would sing to the men, and then they would look for, I think that mermaids look very beautiful sometimes I think they look partly like a fish woman, like say the woman would have like very large lips, but if you notice, a lot of celebrities do try to make their lips like really abnormally like huge with lip fillers and everything like that. So I don't think that even if the mermaid did look kind of like fish-like with very big lips and like she looked not quite human, I think she would still look very pretty. I think the mermaid would still look very beautiful. And also they have a supernatural like hold on, like it's like a spell or something that they are able to cast on people. So, even if, she had green skin or something, I think she could still lure a person to his death, because she would kind of cast a spell on. I think the voice of a siren kind of casts like a spell on you when you're hearing it, and you can't get away. Like, I think it was in the Greek story, I was actually reading it, the Tales of Odysseus, where he's trying to get home to his wife, and they go by the area in the sea that is known to have mermaids. He really wants to hear the mermaid song, so he asks his men to strap him to basically the center pole of the ship, because he wants to hear the song and then live to tell about it. And then all the other men in the ship in that story, the Odyssey, they have to put wax in their ears, because if they would hear the song of the siren, it would actually put a spell on them, like it's like witchcraft or like an evil spell, and they would actually jump into the water. And many people believe, like if you do believe in mermaids, I believe that many people believe that the mermaid, according to legend, would actually many times drag you down into the sea and then many times just eat you. Like, the guy would think they have a chance with this woman that's gorgeous, but in reality she's evil, so she would just eat you. Like, I don't know if she'd eat you alive or kill you first, but it would not work out well for the sailor, let's just say. So yeah, I think that mermaids have the potential, they could eat men or women, so I wouldn't want to get in the water. It's just they have an easier time trapping men, because men, you know, they're attracted to beautiful women, and mermaids, I believe, do look like beautiful women. I think that's what they actually do look like. Alright, so I'm actually going to, okay, we're gonna take this flower. It looks like it doesn't allow us to just... there we go. We got a little flower here. But harpies were said to be similar as well, except for instead of being fish women, they were bird women, so they were similar in that way. But I do believe mermaids did look very... And I think that I personally do believe that they are probably still exist. If they did exist in ancient legend, I do believe they probably still exist. There are still many stories of people believing they have heard the siren song, even to this day, when they're out fishing alone, especially if they're alone. Like, if it's like one man on a boat alone, there are stories of, like, women, or what it sounds like a woman, like, singing in the sea. So it is there are still stories about mermaids to this day. Like, you know, yeah, that's what you know, not everyone agrees with me. I know, like, I tend to believe in a lot of things, other people don't, but there's many stories for so many years, and to this day, people still say they hear mermaids out there. So you know, it's very possible that there is some kind of monster. It's not really well, they are monsters, but they are beautiful monsters, basically. So they're not there to be your friend. So that's why the Little Mermaid was interesting, because she was an exception to the rule. Most of her kind were like monsters trying to kill people. You know, like, basically, you know, humans are just like a meal to them. They appear as human beings, but they're not. They're not human beings. They don't have, you know, they're not, if you would analyze their DNA, they would not be human. So they just appear that way. They're not. It's possible they could have, like, you know, like, part... I don't really even believe that they have part human DNA. I think they have something else, kind of DNA that makes them appear human. But I won't get into that, now. There is some, Oh, you remember that part? Awesome, Later Gator. Well, remember, angels can appear like humans, so I do believe they have, like, part, like, fallen angel DNA in them, and that's why, they became, mermaids. I think they're, you know, I think that they have supernatural powers, and that they can, I think they are more, like, if I was me versus a mermaid, the mermaid would win. I think the mermaid is more powerful than me, so I would not mess with it. It would definitely drag me down and kill me. I would not mess with it, because I believe they are, like, very powerful. Okay. Yeah, now, Amber, when I see a mermaid, I will be, nope, I use my boat to get out of there if I use a boat, because I am scared of water. NASA said they found aliens. Now, anything is possible. Yeah, NASA always says they found aliens. I mean, they've been saying that for years. I mean... Well, I mean, this is how I see it. I mean, if aliens are things that are do not live on Earth, well, for me, my own faith, I believe in angels, and angels don't live on Earth necessarily. Like, heaven is somewhere that's not Earth. So in a way, you know, angels, could, you know, if they see things flying around out there, it could be angels. You never know. Alright, so we're gonna try to add some more path here. But yeah, I do not trust, I actually, I will tell you that I personally, and I don't know like how people are gonna think of me like this, but there was a video that was going viral on TikTok a while ago about a man that was alone on a boat, and he kept recording this woman singing out in the sea, and did record some pictures and stuff, and it did look like a woman, and it did sound like a woman singing, but kind of different than it was really interesting. And I actually looked at the video, and shortly after I looked at the video, I had horrific nightmares myself. So I will just say myself that I stopped looking at the video because so my own experience, I don't want to believe mermaids are real, but I'm telling you, after I looked at the video, I had nightmares. Like, I couldn't get to sleep. It was very scary. So, I don't know. I probably got too dark today. Dark facts with K-Wife. So, it has taught me that I'm not messing with it. If I see a video or any kind of thing about mermaids, again, I'm not messing with it anymore. Because I think it's a they're like some kind of dark entity that I do not want to mess with. If they do exist, they have some kind of supernatural power, and I don't want to mess with it. And I know that's kind of like a weird take on it, but that's just my belief. Sorry to get so dark. But it kind of convinced me that it was real, because otherwise how could I get nightmares from something that's not even real? They're not evil people, but they are. They are evil. Like the cartoon makes them appear not evil, but they are evil. Like the Disney version of it, they make in the original story, in the original story she is it says in the original story that she will turn into sea foam when she dies. She will not go to heaven. She will not go to the underworld. She will not go to the bad place. She will not go to Hades. She will not go to heaven. She will turn into sea foam. And it will be as if she never existed. Where it says in humans, they go to heaven and hear the church bells. It says that in the original Hans Christian Andersen story, the one that is based off of. So she has no soul. Mermaids do not have a soul. They're fish that look like humans. They do not have a soul. Their whole life in the original thing, her sisters did talk about how they could drag the prince down and eat him. Like, they talked about it in the original story. I've read the original Mermaid several times. So she was destined to be evil her whole life. That was what everyone around her was. And that's what her destiny was, to be evil. Disney changed it, like Walt Disney changed the story because he wanted people to like the story. So, I mean, that's what Disney does. He changes it. That's the original story, like, she gets transformed into a human by a witch, a sea witch, and, the thing is, I believe, and I don't remember why she falls in love with the prince, so she's not supposed to. I don't think, now I can't remember everything about the original, but I thought he helped her in some way. Like, he helps her in some manner, and she's not expecting it or something, so she kind of falls in love with him, and then, so she's like an evil creature, and she doesn't know how to be a good person. She doesn't know anything about what is right and wrong or good. She only knows evil. And you know, after some encounter with the prince, she is confused because I think he helps her out of the goodness of his heart in some way. So she's very confused by that, and I think it's like when her sisters are gonna eat him or something like that, she doesn't want him to be killed, so she gets to the point in the story where she actually gives her own life for him. And then after, I'm just like about to sneeze, so that's why I sound weird. So she gives her own life for him because he was the only good person she ever met in her life. Everyone else she ever met was evil and trying to kill people and trying to hurt them. So, you know, she gives her life in the end for him, even though she knows that she has no way of going to heaven. She has no soul. It even mentions church bells in the original story from Hans Christian Andersen, that she will never hear that. She will never go to heaven. She cannot, because she is an evil creature. She's a creature of darkness. She is like a creature of Hades or something. She has no possibility of any kind of, you know, she doesn't even have a possibility of having a good life in this life because she was born evil. So because she, it's in the end of the original Little Mermaid, I believe she does go to heaven because she kind of somehow she created a soul for herself. Not it's like God gave her a soul because she did the right thing. She didn't have to. Basically, her being evil meant that she would never do anything good her whole life. But when she saved Prince Eric in the original story, it proved that she wasn't an evil creature of darkness anymore. She proved that she had a soul. And it's in the original story, she goes to heaven. And it's very sad. Like, she doesn't, you know, she dies in the original. She doesn't live and marry him or anything. She just dies. But she goes to heaven. That's the original story. In the original story, she dies. She doesn't get married. She doesn't have that send-off with King Titan. There's none of that. She just dies. She gives her life for Eric. Because he was, because she wasn't used to human beings. She doesn't understand humanity. It's a story. Disney changed it in a way, because the story is about, like, that, you know, she's an evil being, and she's trying to understand human beings, how they can have kindness, and how they can do the right thing and do good and care about each other. She doesn't understand that. So it's a completely different story. She in the original Little Mermaid, she does walk on the land. She does make a deal with the Sea Witch to walk on the land. But like, I think some of you guys have been saying in the chat, like, every time Little Mermaid comes up, every step she takes on land is like walking on glass for her. So that was her, that was her trade-off. Like, she agreed to, you know, she agreed with the Sea Witch that she would, you know, trade. I don't remember what she trades for walking on land in the original. It might have been her voice. I don't remember. But the Sea Witch does allow her to appear as a human and, you know, walk and actually have legs in front of the prince. But yeah, but every step she takes is like walking on glass. So it's very painful. And, yeah, let's see. I can't remember what else. Yeah, and a lot of stories. I've actually read a lot of stories about mermaids from like medieval times, and that is a very common thing. Like for mermaids to appear as human beings. Like mermaids in many stories will like a person, like some medieval stories about a person will like say a man like married a mermaid and didn't realize she was a mermaid because like she appeared as a human being.
So sunny.
Because what mermaids will do is sometimes in some stories mermaids can actually appear as a human being and then but like at a certain point like they when they go to the water or when they get wet their fins will appear again. So like there are medieval stories where a man will marry a mermaid and then basically she like when she's taking a bath or if she gets wet in any way or takes a shower or is in the pool or goes in the ocean and gets wet on accident, she'll like lock the door and won't let him in because she doesn't want him to see that her fins have appeared. Actually the in the English Oh, wow. And thus she ends up with a prince without her voice returning. Oh, wow, JS. Yeah, exactly, Gio. She had a good ending because she went to heaven. She wasn't supposed to go to heaven in the original story. She was supposed to have no soul and turn into sea foam. So, yeah. In the original, basically what happens is God granted her a soul because she did the right thing and she gave her life instead of just trying to kill the prince or trying to keep killing people or something. She actually risked her own life for a human. Yep, exactly, Gio. Yep. So the original did have a happy ending, but people don't get that. Like, people don't understand that because people don't really believe in heaven anymore, so they don't really think it was a happy ending because they don't understand that it actually was. So, yeah. That was, I mean, really, in the original story, that was the happy ending, that she went to heaven. That was literally, because all of her, other mermaid pals did not probably go to heaven because they were trying to kill people and eat people all the time. I mean, maybe mermaids don't exist. I could be wrong, but there's so many stories of them. Like in Pirates of the Caribbean, the Lady Calypso in that movie, if you actually look in ancient, she's from the Bermuda Triangle area. She's like an African queen of the mermaids. She is in tons of lore about mermaids all over the place. Calypso, and they put her in that movie with Pirates of the Caribbean. She's seen as the queen of the mermaids. She's supposed to be very beautiful, very powerful, just like she was in the in that movie. And there's tons of stories about her and everything. But there's stories in every culture. Like Irish people have stories about mermaids. There are stories about mermaids almost every area of the world. Like, there is Asian stories about mermaids. There's many African stories about mermaids all along the coast of Africa. And European stories of mermaids. So, you have a lot of stories from, like, everywhere. And they all look different depending on where. Like, if the mermaid is in Africa, like on the coast of Africa, she would look like a very beautiful African woman. If she's off the coast of Ireland, she might look Irish. Also, some people in the Irish legends of mermaids say their skin looked green. So, they could also have blue or green skin. Or they could look like Ariel with, she could look European, or she could look African, or she could have blue skin. There's many different types of mermaids in different stories. So, there are stories from mermaids all over the world. So yeah, it's a you know, it's a huge thing. In fact, they had something going on in one of somewhere in Africa. They were digging or like something, and they had to stop work. They said the mermaids were attacking them or harassing them, and they had to stop. So there are some places in the world that still talk about mermaids coming after people, messing with people, hurting people. They're never good. Like, they're always kind of, there are some stories that mermaids, like, take somebody down under the water and then, like, keep them there for a while and then bring them back. But that's not, like, usually. Sometimes they mainly would try to eat you, but maybe you could make it out alive. I don't know. They have, like, like, places to put people or something, supposedly under the water where you would have air. And then they would bring you back up or something. After they would, like, watch you like a fish in a tank, basically, for a little bit, and then bring you back. Like you're in an aquarium for them.
I wonder what Anna's up to.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But yeah, I mean, like, you don't have to be like me and be weird and believe everything. I mean, it makes sense, like, that people don't believe in that. But I personally, like, I've just seen, for me, there's so many stories about them that it's hard for me to believe that something like that doesn't exist. So I don't know. That's just my personal thing. Alright, so I don't even know how close we are to Ace Attorney. Yep, I know. You know, most people say that mermaids are just legend. Maybe that's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, so let's actually try to... I honestly don't know how close I can make, let's see if we can make some more, fields of different things. I didn't have any more corn seed. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just counting because I'm trying to make everything look even. But if I ever did, you know, whether they exist or not, if I ever saw one, I would probably try to get out of there. I'd probably look for a second and then be like, oh, try to snap a picture, and then I'd be gone. I'd get out of there real fast because, you know, I don't want the mermaid to put a spell on me with her voice that could, like, drag me under the water or something. So yeah, alright, Stitch. I would also be scared if I saw an alien like Stitch in real life. But he's so cute that it'd be hard to be afraid of him. Two, 3, 4. Alright, we're gonna try to get something made here. I don't know how close we are to 4:15. I'm not keeping track of time. Okay, Stitch is getting leveled up here. Alright, it's 2:45, so I'm still... Wait, what time is it? Oh, it's 4:10 right now. I wouldn't take a picture when I see I'm out. Yeah. Everyone has the right to have an opinion. Definitely, Leader Gator. I mean, it'd probably be more logical for me to just leave and not take a picture, because I think the picture might, like, haunt me or something. I don't know. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna make this giant field. 1, 2. Oh, wait, we got corn here. Let's, oh, I guess we can just eat some tomatoes. 410. Thank you, Gio. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you very much. Everything we know about mermaids is completely wrong, says Kamen Rider. Well, I mean, there are a lot of stories about them written. I mean, the play, for instance, if you guys want to hear about some really interesting stories about mermaids, like I said, about medieval people being married to mermaids and stuff like that, there are many stories of very wealthy or prominent people being married to mermaids. I'm sure there are in many cultures, but just like, for instance, like you hear about like the story of the Iliad and the Odyssey in ancient Greece with Achilles.
It's nice to see the sun shine.
You know, Achilles, that was played by Brad Pitt. Originally, he was in the ancient story, his mother was a sea nymph. So you hear a lot of these stories about sea nymphs. Like the story of let's see, what am I thinking of? Merlin the wizard. In the original story of Merlin, he was actually seduced by a nymph, a forest nymph. So some people believe mermaids are kind of like nymphs. They're like spirit women. Like there could be forest nymphs, there could be sea nymphs. Like in the story of, you know, Achilles with his ankle, he was a great warrior, but he only had one place where you could hit him, that was his ankle. Also, the Plantagenet kings of England, some of the, like, very kind of like, some of them were considered very violent or scary. They believe, like, it was a legend that their mother was a mermaid / sea nymph. And if you're, so in lore about mermaids, some people believe they have mermaids in their family. Like, you could actually marry a mermaid, but if you did, you would have, like, the devil's gene in your family. That's what people actually believed for hundreds of years. So you could actually marry a mermaid, but she would be, you know, she might not try to eat you. If you brought her up on land, you could marry her and she'd be very beautiful, but if she took a bath, you know, you couldn't, or she was in the pool, you know, you'd have to get everyone out of there because you wouldn't be allowed to have your friends and family see her fins. And in a lot of the ancient stories, mermaids would not allow their husbands to see them, like while they were in the pool or taking a bath or anything, that because they didn't want anyone to know they were a mermaid. Because back then, if people thought you were part, you know, evil demon mermaid, then they would probably try to, you know, kill you or something. So, you know, they, you know, so yeah, it's almost like in Tekken, you know, where Kazuya has like the devil's gene. It would be like that, where you'd have like the devil's gene in your family, kind of, where you'd be part evil. Like you'd have like that evil tendency, because your you know, mom would be part mermaid. So there's, I mean, if you actually look into the history of everything, and then I really like how in the Pirates of the Caribbean, they included Calypso. She's a mermaid. She's the queen of the mermaids. So she's very important. She's like the lady of the sea. She's extremely important in like ancient like lore and all kinds of stuff. And she is traditionally, she is from the like Bermuda area, Caribbean area. She's Caribbean, so she's like a very beautiful African woman, but she is a mermaid queen. She's very powerful. She could do probably everything she could do everything in that movie, where she could make the sea rage with a storm and everything. She probably, I believe that Calypso also could, like, I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure she could talk to the other mermaids and, like, tell them what to do. Like she could, like, summon a mermaid army and stuff like that if she wanted to. So, I mean, there's a lot of cool stories about it. I mean, even if it's not true, it's certainly very interesting. The reason why Walt Disney probably changed the original story is he he knew that people probably wouldn't get that she, you know, dies saving Prince Eric and then she goes to heaven and she dies. Nobody would probably take their children to watch that because they wouldn't want to see the girl die at the end. So I think Walt Disney, in a way, made it his own version because many times you see in Disney films and even in like old ancient stories, like basically when you are symbolizing going to heaven, many times, like, you guys might not know this, like I learned this as a child, but many people don't know this, but like, you know, many people in ancient times and in like medieval times and before that were they understood the Bible a lot, like they talked about it all the time. So basically, like in the Bible, it says the church is the bride of Christ. So when you have a prince saving a princess and then she ends up marrying him, the marriage symbolizes it is like she is going to heaven. So Disney making it from her going to heaven, dying and going to heaven, to changing it to making her get married to Prince Eric, in that it is like a symbol of going to heaven. Her getting married is like symbolizing her going to heaven because for a woman to marry a man who takes care of her and makes her happy and lives a beautiful and happy life, it is like going to heaven, if that makes sense. It is her heaven. It is like a very happily, that's why Disney says like happily ever after, because it is kind of that's why I really like the story of Sleeping Beauty, because in that story you have the Maleficent, who symbolizes the devil, and then Sleeping Beauty, she is captured by the devil. She cannot get out, and then Prince Philip has to defeat the devil, so he symbolizes Jesus, and then in the end they get married, so that symbolizes Jesus helping people. The Sleeping Beauty girl is symbolizing humanity. When he saves her from Maleficent, who symbolizes the devil, when he saves her from that means that Jesus saved humanity so that people could go to heaven. That's what the story means. That's the meaning of the Sleeping Beauty story. It is an allegory. So it actually, when the heroic man in the story saves the princess, it actually symbolizes Jesus saving humanity. And when they get married in the end, it symbolizes going to heaven. Most people don't like understand that. That's why it's changing a lot of these ancient stories, like for modern audiences, is not good, because you're actually destroying the original meaning of the story. So yeah, many of the older stories are very symbolic, like, and the same way in like the Little Mermaid. In the original story, it says clearly that she goes to heaven and she hears the church bells, but you can actually read the story. You can listen to it online on YouTube. It's about an hour long to listen to if you want to listen to somebody reading it. It's a very nice story, and it's very well written. But you know, people even back then, even in the age that Little Mermaid came out as a Disney film, people, you know, don't understand the Bible well. So they changed it so people could understand that she had a happy ending by having her get married at the end. But in a way, you know, a lot of those old ones where Walt Disney was still alive, you know, I think he purposely did put like an allegory in there. I don't, you know, and even if he didn't do that on purpose, the original story does mention heaven in it. Many of those older stories do talk about that. Many of the old stories that are fairy tales do include things about like light and darkness, like Hades and heaven, choosing good over evil and defeating the evil one, and then after that you end up in heaven. Those are a lot of the themes of the original stories. So yeah, if you really look closer, you realize that it symbolizes a lot more than what is actually happening. So in a way, she did go to heaven in the Little Mermaid cartoon because she got married, and that symbolizes heaven. Because when a girl marries a prince, think of it like Jesus is a prince in a way. He's the king of the universe. He's God. So he says, I'm going to prepare a place for you. So he has a castle, a beautiful place for humanity. And that's when the woman actually ends up marrying him. She lives forever in happiness. So she goes to heaven. So that's actually what it means in a lot of those stories where the girl marries the prince. That is actually the real meaning of the story. 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna try one more of this. Alright, well, I don't know, Stitch. We're gonna have to plant some of this stuff later. I'm trying to eat a little bit more of this. We're gonna just eat some corn raw. Alright, well, I don't know, guys. We did a lot. We made these roads. It is time to... We have to do the next thing. Did I watch the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven? I have seen that movie. Super Disney Seuss fan. Definitely. An hour-long story, says Later Gator. Yeah, if you listen to it online, it's an hour to listen to it. There's a person who just type in, if you want to listen to the original story of The Little Mermaid, just type in Little Mermaid Hans Christian Andersen book on tape or audiobook, and you'll find many people reading the story, and you can just listen to it. Like, for me, I listen to stories or books on tape while it's very short to listen to, so you could grind in this game for like an hour, and you could listen to the original story. Yeah, so, I mean, I highly recommend it. I think it's a nice story. It's very peaceful, actually. People say it was a bad ending, but, like, you guys are kind of understanding. It actually wasn't. The mermaid is evil in the story, and she does go to heaven at the end. So it is actually a happy ending. If you don't understand anything about like heaven, or you don't believe in heaven, then it won't be a good ending to you. But if you do believe in heaven, then you understand that it actually is a good ending in the original story. Alright, guys, sorry to get so into it, but thanks for the interesting question. I have a lot of opinions, and most of them are not how most people are, but the opinions about mermaids being real or not is up for debate. But the fact that a lot of the ancient stories did symbolize, Hades and heaven and good and evil, and marriage usually ended up meaning you actually went to heaven. That is actually real. Like, that is what they were actually symbolizing in many of those stories. But anyways, I will see you guys in about 15-20 minutes for the next stream. Thanks so much for watching this episode with me and Stitch. Let's see if we can actually get a picture with Stitch here. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Stitch! Oh wait. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's Stitch. He's just hanging out. Alright, guys. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and we'll see you guys in 15 minutes for the next stream. God bless, happy gaming. See ya!